Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today, doing the what's next on former Unified World Champion, Junior Welterweight Champ at 140, Jose Ramirez. Ramirez returned to action on Friday, March 4th, returned from his first pro defeat at the hands of Josh Taylor last year when they competed for the undisputed title against each other and unified all 4 belts. He almost got knocked out that night. He ended up dropping a decision, and he wanted to bounce back, and he did not snare away and take on a tune-up bout. He took on former 2-division world champion Jose Pedraza, and Ramirez looked solid in this victory. He ended up scoring a convincing 12-round unanimous decision. It wasn't anything overly impressive. It was just a good, solid win against a veteran fighter who could box. He just outworked Pedraza. Didn't seem to hurt Pedraza too much. I know he landed some good shots, but didn't really seem to hurt him. And he also didn't get hurt in the process. So, just a solid performance. And now he moves forward towards what, potentially could be another title shot, to be honest. Ramirez is ranked number 1 or 2 in the WBC still. And now, with the recent news that Taylor could be moving up to 147 following that controversial split decision over Jack Catterall, the rumor is he does not want to fight Catterall in a rematch at 140 because it's too hard for him to make the weight. He wants to move to 147. So that would be an interesting turn of events right there. If Taylor moves up in weight, then Ramirez would be able to challenge for the vacant title, but it would almost for sure be in a rematch with Jose Pedraza, the former two-time world title challenger. And that's a rematch from a fight that took place back in, I want to say it was 2019, when they fought early on in 2019, and Ramirez slid by with a close majority decision victory over Zepeda in a very good fight right there. So a rematch would take place. Now that, if I had to choose, that would be the next opponent that I'd want to see Ramirez face, just simply because I hope the fight would be in Fresno, because I'd want to go see it. I only live about an hour and 15 minutes away from Fresno. But I'm not sure a rematch would take place in Fresno. The first fight was there. I think Zepeda would be like, well, hey, I went to his house last time. I'm not going to his house again. Let's do it in LA. Let's do it on neutral turf, something of that nature. But I would love to see a rematch between those two guys. I think it makes a lot of sense. There's also Teofimo Lopez moving up from 135, but I don't think he'd want to test himself in his first fight there against Ramirez. Other guys in the top 10, Taylor's not going to happen. A rematch with him's not going to happen. Jack Catterall, not likely, just because Catterall's moving up. Catterall's in line for the vacant WBO title. He's probably going to get a shot at the vacant WBO title if Taylor moves up to 147 as expected. So I don't see those two fights being possible. Other guys in the top 10 to potentially look at would be, I've already said Zepeda, Regis Prograis, but I really don't think that fight's going to get made. I don't think the promotion will follow through. Victor Postol, a rematch with him. He's going back to the Ukraine to defend his country. And Ramirez, he already struggled with him the first time. Why would he fight him again after Postol is coming off of another loss to Gary Antoine Russell? So not likely. Gary Antoine Russell, he fights for the PBC. Ramirez is with Top Rank. That's not likely. Sandor Martin, I don't think Ramirez would be completely opposed to it, but Martin has been competing with DAZN, so I'm not sure that's going to go down. Number 7, Mikey Garcia. Would love to see the fight. Not likely that Mikey works with Top Rank and Bob Arum. A rematch with Pedraza doesn't make sense. He won convincingly, and it wasn't a barn burner to where everybody has to see this fight again. Robert Easter Jr. Fights for the PBC, so not likely. And then Montana Love is over on DAZN with Eddie Hearn, and I don't think the promotions get together to make this fight. So Ramirez is going to have to really push to get a good opponent if the potential showdown with Zepeda doesn't happen. But I really think As long as Taylor moves to 147, I really believe it's about a 75% chance right now that I think Ramirez is going to fight Zepeda in a rematch for the vacant WBC belt. I mean, it makes sense, and the first fight was really good, so why not make it happen? And I think both fighters would sign on the dotted line to make it happen. So I hope that's what happens in the second half of the year for Jose Ramirez as he bounced back from that victory over Pedraza. So that's what's next on the former Unified Junior Welterweight Champion, Jose Ramirez. I hope you guys enjoyed it. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.